Hello, my name is Bob Green. I am a singer-songwriter from Central Florida. Um, right now, I'm working on a new record, and a friend of mine told me I should set up a Patreon to share my creative process with people. So I figured my first video should be kind of like a backstory of me as a musician and a writer, and the first song I ever wrote that people really liked. Um, This record, it's called Diamonds and Dead Roses. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, like basically anywhere you stream music from. It was my first record. Um, so the story of me as a musician, basically I found out through a series of accidents in college that I could sing. And when I moved to Florida after graduating from college, I was working in a restaurant and there was a guy singing and playing guitar, and I basically asked them how much they paid him, and it was decent. I was like, okay, like, you looking for anybody else? Because I was like, I could use some extra money. So I started playing covers in a bar, and that was how I started. Started doing open mics to get the gig there, and then got the gig there, and that's how I started playing covers in bars for money. And I honestly had no ambition to write songs or do anything that I've done musically. And I've done some cool things. I've been able to play the Bluebird in Nashville. I've had some cool co-writes. I've been in some random publications. I've had, guitar sponsors and pedal board sponsors. And I've been on the cover of a GoPro box. And I signed a deal this summer with a company in London to get songs in movies and TV shows and stuff. So I've had some success, but never enough to like, this is my full-time job. I've been in that situation where I thought this could be my full-time job, but it just never worked out. I basically started writing because one of the open mics, one of the guys that was playing, like, people requested some of his songs, like, that he wrote, because they liked those tunes. And then all of a sudden I was kind of jealous. And I was like, well, I want people to request my songs. And so I wrote, the first song I ever wrote was called Love the Day. And it was kind of like throughout these videos, I'm going to talk about like what I was listening to, a lot of like what influenced the writing and what influenced, the lyrical style and everything. And so with Love the Day, I think I was listening to a lot of John Mayer, and he does a lot of like funky chords. And if you ask any of my bandmates, I am not a good guitar player. I do not know the mathematical ins and outs of it. I never really learned. I'm just kind of self-taught. So I don't know anything about musical theory. If you don't know what musical theory is, like, there's a mathematical reason that things sound good. I don't know that mathematical reason. I just play stuff. So I just listen to John Mayer a lot, and there's this chord shape that I kind of just screwed around and found, and it was this, and I really dug that. I was like, okay, that sounds kind of cool. And a lot of times I don't. My creative process is very quick. Like, I don't have the attention span to spend hours writing a song. Like, most of my songs are at tops an hour, but most of them are under 30 minutes from start to finish. From the time that I pick the guitar up and write the music to the time that I finish writing the lyrics, it's usually under an hour. So, and usually it's because something on the back of my mind. So for me, when I was playing out in bars, I'm a pretty shy person, or at least at the time I was. And so like females coming up to you randomly and talking to you like was a very, very new thing for me. So I actually lyrically, that was the jumping off point. So it's kind of this song, it's kind of about that whole like experience of girls coming up to you all the time. So it's kind of a song about one night stands, but it's like a sweet song about one night stands, like the element of like, when you're playing on the road or you're in a town, someone might be visiting your town, what if there was longer than that one evening? So that's kind of like the story behind the song. Again, you can hear it, the full band version on, like Apple Music, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you buy music, it's out there. Just Bob Green, and the title of the record is Diamonds, Dead Roses. The title of the song is called Love the Day. But I'm going to play it for you real quick. So here it goes. Was love at first sight, was just my imagination, just a dream. I want you, it's us and me, this clear is us to be so real, be surreal. And this is a dream, and more than it seems, reality is slipping away from me, just for tonight. Love of the day, you are my love of the day. You are, at least for nights, you could be mine. You sit at the bar, it's so far away from the stage where we're standing. I play this song for you, just for you. If you order a drink, it's just an excuse to stay here and listen to the song that is written for you. You know that's true. You are my love of the day. You are my love of the day. You are, at least tonight, you could be mine. The night is over and the term is done, but please don't cry. This is how we do love on the run. It's 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 love on the run. Tomorrow night it'll be okay. I think of you from so far away, yeah. Just so far away. You were my love of the day. You were mine. So that's Love of the Day. Again, you can hear that song anywhere you stream music, and the studio version's actually really awesome. Like, I really love it. It was made with me, Sky, a friend of mine, Scott Tyler, another guy, Danny Lewis, and John Thomas Price, and Aaron Gondia was the engineer, and Aaron's the engineer for my current record that we're working on, which is called Back to Neverland, which we'll do a song in a couple weeks from Back to Neverland, and we'll talk about that record a little bit. And one of my favorite things about this, and John Thomas Price is actually playing drums on this new record as well. But one of my favorite things about the studio version is Danny's guitar playing. He did this really cool, like, U2 kind of edge thing, and it's probably one of my favorite parts of it. And Danny played the electric guitar, the bass, the piano, and John played drums, and Scott played acoustic guitar, and I just sang on that record. But I wrote the music to that. Scott actually wrote the little bridge progression, because the song originally had 3 verses and the 3 choruses, and so Scott was the one that threw in the idea to do a bridge instead of the 3rd verse. But lyrically, it didn't change a lot. I just edited the lyrics that were the 3rd verse lyrics and made them fit the bridge melody. So hope you dig. Hope you go check it out. It's, like I said, it's a really good song, and it opened a lot of doors for me as a songwriter. And next week, we'll try to get into something from my last record, which is called Pop versus Soul, and I'll get into the story of where that record came from, and we'll pick probably the first song that was recorded for that record. Have an awesome day, and hope you dig. Later.